ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, Coloradoreinsman. Well, this has been kind of a summer of the Friesian here at Mustang River Ranch. This big gigantor looking thing here is Ruby. She is all of 2 years old. She is half Friesian and a quarter Clydesdale and a quarter saddlebred. And we're just doing a start with her. We've got her for 2 or 3 months. And like I've told her owner, we should just do a light start and turn her back out, bring her back in the spring and work her a little bit more when she matures even a few months more. She's a big gigantic baby. She's all at 2 years old. She's we were just trying to measure her a little bit, about 16'2". She's a big sweetheart, but she's also got colt or filly ADD. She's always looking for something else to do, so I've taken it pretty slow with her. I work her, I get what I need, and I move on. But you see, like, she stands here, she has to do something, so she's trying to nibble, she's trying to look for somewhere to go, trying to step up into your space, and I'm constantly having to, you know, kind of get her to understand spatial awareness. She's a big sweetheart, so I don't want to get on her too much, but you know, we're going to see about putting a saddle, a Western saddle on her for the first time today. I have had a surcingle on her. Her owner's put like a little English saddle on. I don't foresee much problem, but I'm going to just go about it like a young horse. So the first thing I'm going to do is go back to my basics with some halter work, move her feet, get her brain on work. I'm not just going to bring her in and throw a saddle up. So just like all the other horses, I have worked on teaching her to back up. So I'm going to ask her, there's 1, there's 2, I'm going to ask her to move over. Give her a couple seconds to think about it, put a little pressure here. Ask her to move over, there we go. Now as we progress, that's just going to come like butter. But see, she's 2. So her little brain is just all about play and want to do something else other than work. So if I send her in a circle, she'll start going around till she gets bored. And then she'll want to get a little exuberant. Right here I'm going to shape up that shoulder. You can kind of see the look on her face. It's kind of like, uh-oh, what are we doing? I want to move these feet, get her to understand the basics of a circle. So I shape her up here and move that hip. I'm very careful with this young horse. She would not want to hurt me, but she has kind of thrown her hip up in the air and kicked out a little bit, just playing. And I have to get on her about it. That's why 2-year-olds, the most you want to do is just get on them, work them a little bit, and then let them soak on it for a good while. So many good horses are ruined by pushing a 2-year-old mind or even younger on the racetracks. Got a little rein here. So I have to motivate her forward a little bit more than, say, a different horse. I'm going to pick that speed up just a little bit. Let her move out a little bit, ask her to pick up a little bit of a canter. I'm going to press her at a fast trot, and you can see that look in her face. Good girl. I'm going to look forward, press her at a fast trot. Good girl. You can see the Friesian in that front end. How she picks up that front end and that neck and that head. There's the exuberance. Don't ask for too much. She's not real balanced. It's one thing I've learned, this horse does not know where her feet are yet. I'm really not asking a lot all the time. I'll get short distances of correct posture and I leave it alone. And then I get a little bit longer, like I'll get a few steps of good in shape posture, like right there, she's super soft, and then I'll relax, and then she'll push her shoulder in. You're not going to get a 360 all the time. You're not going to get everything perfect all the time. She's looking at me like, okay, I'm bored with going to the left. I'm going to change my tool here. Pick up her eye. Move that rear end. Keep moving. Get her to, right there, she pushed on that shoulder. I'm going to fix that up a little bit. Move that out. Now this time I'm going to disengage her, back her up, and now move her shoulder over. That's better. You got to break it down into pieces. Good. Let her move out. Stand up, look around where I'm going. Motivate her here. Good girl. See, she tends to shuffle her feet a little bit. I have to raise her up, get her upright, and get her picking those knees up a little bit. There we go. That's pretty. That's soft and good posture. And it's sprinkling pretty good. We might get a little rain here. I'm going to let a little lead rope out. Lift her up with my hand right here. Drive that hip. Ask her to canter. Good girl. Push her. Push her. Drive her forward into that. Good girl. Relax. Boy, if I get that out of a 2-year-old, I'm happy. I'm thrilled. What a big, nice horse this is. She is just the sweetest thing. She wants to be involved with everything. She just doesn't really realize how big she is. She wants to get up in your pocket, and with those big feet, she ends up stepping on you. Let me tip that nose and stop that rear end and back her up right there and direct her and move that shoulder over. Good girl. Do a couple figure eights here and move her and drive her. Don't push that button my way, young lady. So I have to get on that. She tipped that rear end my way, and that's a no-no. Because old Sean might break. See, she stiff-necked me there. Good girl. I'm going to change my stick position and help. Good. Drive. And change my stick position and drive. I want her going back on that hind end. She's so butt high right now, she has a hard time going back on her hind end. So I got to push her. There we go. Good girl. So right there, that was so good. I want to reward that. Good girl. She may not know what I'm rewarding, but I'm going to take it that she does. Right, you big monster? Yes. She really is a big baby. What you doing? She's also very tall, makes me look short. Now I'm going to ask her to drop her head. That's nice. See, that's her giving nature, her willing nature. Boom. Nothing more than the weight of my hand there. That's what I'm looking for. Good girl. Now I'm doing a little concussive, cupping my hand, doing little concussive pats here. Why do I do that? That little concussive air that's in there relaxes her muscles. Now I've actually had emails from people telling me, oh, all the science says don't pat your horse. Yeah, you don't go up there and whack on them all the time. I'm not whacking my horse. I'll get in here with a cupped hand and work down their spine sometime. And I've taken a lot of horses that were tight and done this little concussive therapy and started relaxing them. Just go right over the muscles. And pretty soon they're much more relaxed. And it also desensitizes the horse. Good girl. So what if you never pat your horse and then somebody comes up one day while you're riding your horse and goes, oh, what a pretty horse, and pats it. Your horse jumps across the road. Well, look in the mirror and say thank you to yourself. Because you never desensitize them to people that might pat your horse. Good girl. All right. I'm going to back her up. Ah, see, she likes to come right in. Got to let a little lead rope out. I didn't have enough out. See, that halter's talking to her. Her lip's hanging down so low that it's catching my rope. Direct. That's nice. Good girl. My body's telling her everything she needs to know right there about where to go. Looking. I'm going to drive that hip a little bit. That hip tends to lean in, and I don't really like it pointed my way if she got silly. And I can also shape her up by pushing that shoulder a little bit. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. She's shaping up pretty good here. See, I'll do this, and then I'll do that same thing. Now here, I'm going to lift that shoulder, push that hip, close this door. She pushed on me right there. Lift that, back her up right here, and close that door. Get that shoulder over. Let's help. Push that hip, back her up. Ah, she pushed on me every time with that shoulder. I'm really going to get dramatic with that this time. I'm going to, right here, now I'm going to bump her back and move that shoulder. And bump her back. Bump her back and move that shoulder. Good girl. Have to put a little bit more effort into it. Good girl. And step right here. Don't walk forward. So if I'm disengaging her there and she starts to walk in, boy, I got to get energy right here and get her out of my space. She wants to go, let me in, let me in. Good girl. Good girl. All right. So I just moved her around for a few minutes. I'm going to introduce her to my pad. I got a nice non-slip pad here. She's pretty wide. This is what I ride DeRossi in when I have him in my association saddle. And I'm just letting her follow this pad around. Let her smell it and follow it around. Yeah. She just crowds me right there, letting her smell it. She says I'd rather eat it. I'm going to rub her with it, brush her. Now she's a big old sweet monster horse, but I take nothing for granted. So I'm going to just let her think about things. He says this is no really big deal, which is exactly how I've been trying to set her up for this stuff. Now I've had her cinched in a surcingle and worked. She felt a little squeezy at first. No big deal. Good girl. So she doesn't care too terribly much about this pad. Now she's never had a back cinch on. She's pretty much gone, well, this is easy peasy stuff here, man. Now I'm going to hope, since this is my nice black saddle, that she's not going to get silly and dump my saddle in the ground. Now I am going to let her smell it. Got myself tangled up there. I'm going to touch her with it. I'll let her smell it and take it away. I'm going to touch her. Good girl. I'm going to throw my lead rope up here. Get my arm in here. I'm not going to dilly-dally too much here. Just get here. Got a big old tall dang horse. Doesn't seem too terribly worried about that. Good girl. Now, I'm just going about like I've saddled a horse about 1,000 times. And I'm not going to worry about anything. I'll try to catch this saddle if she goes to dump it, just so it doesn't get all scraped up on the ground. This one fits a horse like this better than my little old cold start and Wade saddle does. I can get a couple wraps here. See, I don't want to cinch that up yet. This is the heaviest saddle she's had on. Now, that's probably just snug enough where it won't come off. And I'm going to put this on just loose enough where her belly's not going to feel that. And I'm going to pet her. And she says, I'm going to do a Spanish walk for you. Good girl. Now, I don't care how long this takes right now. I want her comfortable. You can see she's being a little baby here. Let me nibble, let me play, let me do something. I want to get at least one more notch in here. Or 10. Now, I'm going to get as far away from her as I can. So if she goes to bucking and decides that I'm the love of her life during that period, that I can get out of the way. Good girl. Now I'm going to send her back to doing what she knows to do. Just do it at a walk. I like this. And I'm finding out, boy, these Friesians, if they're done right, and you don't insult them, you don't try to get in major fights with them, and if you do get in a little bit of a fight, you better give them a doorway out and win. I'm finding that these guys really try to give you everything they've got. I'm just going to ask her to move forward here at a nice walk. Take it easy. You do not want to push this until this horse blows up. Let's ask a little trot. Good. Now I'm going to ask her to come down. Beautiful. Now I'm going to ask her to disengage. Back up. Get up. Back up, silly. Good girl. Now I'm going to ask her to stand here and just think. So far, we're doing fantastic for a first saddling with this horse. Yes, Mama. We'll be on you pretty soon. We'll be on you pretty soon, doing some simple riding stuff. Don't nibble on me. See, she always wants to play. She loves picking stuff up and running around with it. Like buckets and barrels. Good girl. Kind of checking out that stirrup. Now let's send her off to my right. Back her up. Back her up. Say, do not resist me. Move over. Let her think. Good. It's a baby. Push that shoulder out a little bit. Good girl. One of my favorite acronyms is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes I forget it and I push things too far, and I always go, well, that was stupid. So I want to keep it simple, stupid with her. Just let her feel this saddle, be comfortable this first time. And then next time it'll be even better. She gets to feel the stirrups flop around a little bit. If she starts to get worried, like right there, she's getting a little worried, I'm going to shut her down. Her focus on me. Yep, yep. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Relax. Come in. Better. What a nice girl. Now see, she's following me too close. I don't want her in that close. And I have to put a little bit more pressure on her sometime. Good girl. Now I'll come in. I'm going to move her rear end around a little bit with the saddle on. Let her feel it from all these different angles. I'm going to hold her up. Now we've done all this stuff in our normal ground work. Yeah, I'm pushing that rear end around, pushing it forward. Good girl, and relax. Good girl. That was nice. See, pretty soon I'm just going to say that's enough. I'm not going to turn her loose this time. I could turn her loose, she could start bucking, and I got no control. We could have a big wreck. Very likely she's not going to buck, but I'm still not going to take that chance. Now right here, she's trying to back up on me. I'm saying, let's move that rear end forward. One. Let's move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Back up. Collect. Back up. Good girl. Simple exercises. Simple exercises. Roll that hand. Soften her up. Move my feet. Back up. See, don't pull her back. Move your feet. This is a little longer lead rope on this halter for her. I usually have 12 footers, and this is a 14. I'm asking her to collect first, or get vertical. You get soft. I'm not asking her to back up yet. Like, I'll turn this way. Now I'll face, now I'll move my feet and back her up and work her. There, let her go. Kind of ugly, it's okay. Let's get her to come this way. Stop. Now I'm going to face sideways and ask her to get vertical. In softness. I don't want her going anywhere, I want her vertical first. I'm going to ask her to bend a little bit first and get vertical. There. I'm going to stand still. Try to get her to stand still. See, we're not going to go backwards. We're going to get vertical first. There, she's vertical, but she ran into the fence. That's good. She figured out where the fence was. Now I'm going to ask her to get vertical before we move anywhere. Roll. No. She's got to let go. She's getting it. Getting it. There she went. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to take this lead rope. Just going to toss it up there. Let it hit that saddle. Good girl. Good girl. Now she's moving a little bit. Toss it over. She moves, I'm going to toss it. Say, hey, don't go anywhere. Hey, don't go anywhere. There you go, big goof. Alright, so I think our first saddling went pretty good. I'm not going to push this horse today. She did so well, you just leave it alone. Come back next time, and we're probably going to do her first ride. So next time you see this horse, probably see me mount her up, move her around a little bit. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. This is 2-year-old half Friesian Ruby. You'll see a lot of her. Stay tuned. Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, Coloradoreinsman. I am here with a really nice young mare. She's a 2-year-old half Friesian, quarter Clydesdale, quarter saddlebred. Her name is Ruby, and we have been working on doing a start with her. I have done a first saddle video, which I'm probably going to attach this to because I'm going to do a first ride today, and I'm going to keep it simple stupid as I usually like to, especially with her because she's only 2. She's very baby minded. It's a hot day here in August in Colorado, so she's kind of low energy, which for me is a good day to work on just getting up on her. I've stepped in the stirrup a couple times, worked on just getting my weight up there. This horse at 2 years old is already 16-1, 16-2. She is going to be a massive horse. She has baby ADD on a regular basis. I usually only work her anywhere from a half hour to 45 minutes, sometimes work her twice a day. So we're just going to, we've already done our warm-up, our round pin, and some groundwork. So I'm not going to spend too much time here today. If I get 5-10 minutes a decent sit on her back, as young as she is, I'm not going to ask a whole lot of her. So let's just go ahead and get this done. I'm not wearing any spurs. Oh. So I'm just going to try to get her to tip her nose a little bit. A little droopy today, and I think it was so hot earlier that she is just not in the mood. I'm going to ask her. She's really kind of stiff here. Boy, that's a lot stiffer than she usually is, so I'm a little disappointed in her today. Right there. Good girl. Don't move. Don't pull on me. There we go. I got to get that a little better before I get on her. Just going to stay with her. Like I say, she gets ADD. She gets to a certain point and then she shuts down. Now that was beautiful. Good girl. Good girl. I think this little horse is just so hot from today. So she's going to be real low energy. So I'm not going to dilly-dally. If I even get up on her back and get off, I'm going to be happy. So I'm going to sit here, raise my leg. She is one hell of a drink of water to climb up on. So this is my first mount, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if this is all I got today, I'm going to be really extra special happy. It's a long way to come down from this horse, and I just realized I forgot my night latch. So I'm going to make one real quick. She's trying to figure out how to balance herself with my weight on her back. Okay, that night latch will have to do. Good girl. So let me see if I can just tip her nose. Good girl. If she wants to move, I'm perfectly happy. Let's see if I can tip her nose this way. And bend her. Good girl. See, she's really trying to figure out how to balance with me up here. Good girl. She has no clue what the heck's going on. I'm going to bump her with this leg and say, hey, tip your nose out past 10 o'clock. And good girl. Let's see if I can just get her to walk. Good girl. Nice step. Good girl. Keep it simple, stupid. I want her to feel me and relax. She's very low energy. It might be a good shape for me. I'm going to tip her nose and bump her with my right leg. Good girl. Hey, if this is all I get, tip her nose and bump her with my leg. Good girl. Good girl. She's going, boy, this is funky. This is funky. I'm not going to get a walk, trot, and canter out of this horse today. I want to get her moving though. There. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Tip that nose. Smack my leg. Boy, she's super sluggish. She's got it going. I don't know what's going on, but I ain't gonna go too far. And normally, this little horse has some pretty good forward motion. I'm gonna ask her. I've taught her back up off her halter. Good. Let's bump her forward. Good. I got to get a little forward motion out of her. This is kind of pitiful. I don't want to get it carried away. Good girl. Relax. Good girl. This is going to be hopefully the most unexciting first ride that you've ever seen. Good girl. If she turns left and right, walks off a little bit, turns right here. Come on. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Wake her up a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Drive. Now I'm going to change her eye here. Drive her. Pick it up a little bit. Come on. Get a little life out of her. Good girl. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ruby's first ride. It is about, I might have to speed up the film a little bit so you can actually look like it's in real motion. But for a 2-year-old, if this is it, I'm happy. But I think it's been such a hot, miserable day that she's just droopy. We'll see a little bit more action out of her in future rides, I'm sure, because she gets moving pretty good. But for me, today, I'm going to give her a nice cool bath, let her relax a little bit, and it's about feeding time. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more from Ruby.